the Managing Director and CEO of City Union Bank to give the inaugural address. He's a young CEO who had made a bank, such a big bank, with a big round of applause. Let me invite him for his inaugural speech.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Good morning, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you all and share a few thoughts. And as introduced, I am representing banking sector, which is perhaps one of the top 2 sectors which is using IT to the extent possible, probably airline industry and the banking industry. They started using the information technology sector right from the beginning, probably early adapters, and you could see the results per se. For example, many of you would have seen, even in 15 years back, we never had ATMs. We had very few ATMs, and the concept of ATMs was very limited. And perhaps thanks to the revolution started by the ICICI Bank, the ATM network started spreading in a big way, which was perhaps one of the early adaptation of technology which affected the customer service. If you look into the adaptation of technology for the banking industry, it originally started just with the reconciliation of accounts and back office operations, and there was no interaction with there was no enhancement of customer service at the beginning. Then you got into the era of core banking solutions. Then you started getting the internet banking and then your mobile banking, and currently you have at industry level about 60% of the operations or transactions are happening through alternate channels or platforms supported by the IT. It is nothing but when you say the digital India, perhaps the most visible manifestation of the use of digital technology is banking. In that, in fact, if you see our bank, you have banks which are even having more than 90% of their transactions where they use alternate channels. At average level, it is about 60, and for City Union Bank, for our bank, about 74-75% of the technology or 74% of the operations are routed through alternate channels or digital platform. If you actually look into today, except for operating lockers, you need not go to a bank branch at all. Maybe that, since you have, if for operating lockers, you need your physical presence. If you think, even for loans, for products like loan against deposits, you can now open through your mobile banking. You need not go to any branch at all. But there is only one thing left, which is, the days are not far off when you think something and it is executed. Apart from that, everything else has come. Say, for example, if Ravi's son wants to send money to his son when he is in the college, say 15-20 years later, he just needs to think, I have to send money to my son 2,000 rupees. You will receive a message saying that your account is debited. One point here, what I want to clearly tell here is, earlier we used to always read in our school textbook and all, necessity is the mother of invention. But on the digital world, it is not the necessity, it is the imagination which is the mother of invention today. You just think of, like say 5 years, 6 years back, did any one of us have any requirement or necessity of having something like a Facebook or WhatsApp? We didn't have. We lived our life without a WhatsApp or a Facebook. But today, the requirement itself was, like say, imagined, like say the money made by the entrepreneurs for their imagination and then followed up by the execution. Like that, The days are not far away. Like you are able to now, like say, from your mobile phone, somebody is able to pick up your, like say, GPS where you are staying. And even if you just add in your app, you are getting the taxi in front of you in 10 minutes. So the next situation, I mean, the next logical conclusion maybe in the future is going to be, like your Wi-Fi, you are going to have a ubiquitous something which pulls out what you think. Like you used to see in one of the, what you call, Vivek movie, you will be having a system which tracks what you think and automatically gives out all the further instructions. And like what Ravi said, the today's science fictions are going to be like tomorrow. Your Yendran movie or a Sujata movie are going to be reality maybe 10, 15, 20 years in future. Why I say this is, it is going to be the responsibility of educators like you, how you are going to how you are going to inject this concept of imagination into your students. It is not just going to stop with writing codes. Writing code is the basic minimum thing, but the excellence will come only when you are going to build up students, or you are going to give, like say, battalions of professionals into this digital world over the period of time, who can imagine and understand. Why I say this is, like say, the first step on that, what you are going to see is the explosion of analytics in the banking, which has started already. You are going to have, like say, yesterday, I mean, in a couple of weeks back, HDFC Bank announced, like say, in Puri, he announced in one of the newspaper articles, the sanction of loan is going to take just 5 minutes. And the disbursement will happen within 30 minutes. It's nothing but, all the data are already with your bank. What's your average balance in the account, how much of money is coming into your account, and what are all your other deposits and things. Even before you ask, the computer would have calculated and technology would have mentioned how much loan you are worth giving. So if you add in your app saying that I want money, maybe in 5 minutes you will be getting a sanction ticket saying that you can take up to 5 lakhs of loan, repayable, and this is the term sheets and all. The remaining 30 minutes are for, what you call, the documentation only. So why I say all these things is, my humble request to all the educators here is, like when Shri Lakshmi Narayanan started about the employability of students, from particularly in the IT sector, the excellence will come only when the proper training is given to your students, not only on coding, but also on the concept of imagination. And like say, more you are able to foresee and more you are ahead of curve, your students will be able to excel, and it will going to benefit the entire world altogether. If we fail to do that, I just want to finish off with one quote, like say, which I read maybe a few years back. It was about, like say, it was a book on some educationalist. He had written some book. In about the author, I had a chance to read his about the, I mean, a small portion about that author. It started saying that, I mean, the second sentence was, so and so is blah blah blah. The next sentence was, though he attended college, it did not affect his education. What? Though he attended college, it did not affect his education. Why I say this point is, if all the educators and educational institutions don't understand this point and stay ahead in terms of putting the students and make sure that the battalions of students who are graduating, they are able to understand all these things and participate in the digital revolution on a continuous basis, then only the nation as a whole, we will be in a position to stay ahead in the global competition. And definitely, I am sure, as we did it in the software revolution, in digital revolution also, by the participation by people, all different stakeholders, including you, our country is going to win. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for giving those inspiring thoughts to the academia and industry.